All right, so what we see, guys, let me move my head down here, is that we have this image here showing our tello flying in kind of a spiral staircase pattern with our steps as triangles. And our goal is to figure out what sort of code we could write to make this pattern. So I'm going to do a few different things. I'm going to pull up some tools. First, I need to, the first thing I notice is that I need to make triangles. And there's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 5 triangles here. In order to do that, I'm going to fly forward some distance, whatever the length of that side is. And then yaw. I don't know if it matters if we yaw left or right. Let's go yaw left. Some sort of angle. Now, if I look at my triangles really closely, I notice that they're equilateral triangles. Equilateral triangles have sides that are all the same length, and the angle inside, angles are all identical. So they're all 60 degrees. So that means that my angle that I'm going to yaw will be 180 minus 60. So it'll be 120 degrees. Okay. So I got that. Why don't we go ahead and put that into a loop. So if I want to make a triangle, I need to fly forward and yaw left 120 degrees for this triangle. And if I do that 3 times, I get 3 sides. I get a triangle. Beautiful. All right, I notice that the distance or the length of the side of each triangle decreases as I go up. So that means my distance, write this down. So the side length, decreases each time the drone flies up. So that distance must be a variable, right? If I want to code efficiently, instead of coding for 5 separate triangles. I'm going to go ahead and set up my variable then. I'm going to create a variable called distance. I know I'm going to need to set my distance because I always have to set my variables, and that I'm going to need the distance block in this spot that says fly forward. All right, so I got that. Now after, let's say I make a triangle with side length distance, my drone needs to fly up. So fly up. And it's also going to, let's see, it's going to get to the end here. It's going to yaw 120 degrees. It's also going to need to yaw left again to start my new triangle. But I'm not sure how much. So let's see, it flies forward, it yaws 120 degrees, flies forward, yaws 120 degrees, flies forward, and then it's going to yaw 120 degrees. You know, if it yawed 60 degrees, now it would be facing this direction and it could fly forward. Oh, I shouldn't be fly. My bad, that's not fly up. It should be yaw left. And then I was just showing you that it should be yaw left 60 degrees. Okay. And it's going to do that 5 times. So I can put another loop in. And that will create 5 separate triangles that are separated by distance. Now, I don't know how far I fly up. We could leave it at 20 inches and just see, or you can change it. But I feel pretty good about my angles there. All right. That looks like the main stuff I need to do. So what I now need to do is set my distance, get my variable set up. So I'm going to set my distance, and my first triangle is really big, so I'm going to set my distance really big. Let's say 100-ish. Now, what I want it to do, I want distance to decrease by a little bit every time the drone starts a new triangle. It looks like it's about the same amount as I'm flying up. I'm looking at proportions. That distance there looks like about the same distance there, maybe not. No, it's less. So let's go with a lower number. Let's say 10 inches. Okay, so within our loop, we're going to need to set our variable again, and this is the place where we tell it to change the distance by 10. So I'm going to tell it change distance, set distance to this original distance, or the last distance I used, minus 10. Right, and I'm just guesstimating because I didn't get any numbers to start with. All right, let's make sure we got everything good. We put our variables in. We got to add 2 more things. We got to take off, and we got to land. All right, let's clear all this writing. Let's reset our drone and try this out. So it's taking off, starting out, flying forward, 100 minus 10 inches, so about 90 inches. Yaw, forward, yaw, forward. Then yaw 120 degrees. Okay, it's my first loop. It's gonna fly up, it's gonna yaw left. Now it's gonna start this repeat 3 times loop again, but now the distance should be decreased by 10. So yeah, yes, look at that. Our distance decreased. Our angles matched up. Okay. This is looking really good. Go ahead, let her run the course. Again, this one should be 10 inches shorter. It's hard to see from the way I turned it, but it is. Now I feel like the one we were using as our example, it decreased by a little bit more than 10. So our numbers, our estimates might have been off a little bit. Also, this space that it flies up looks a little bit longer. So I might want to adjust some of those numbers, but overall the pattern's the same. I have a spiraling staircase made out of triangles with the side length of the triangles decreasing every time I go up to a new level. That was my goal. I accomplished that. Yeah, there's that like weird tail at the top. I could probably fix my code so it didn't do that, but and then it lands. So look at that. That is exactly what we meant to make. Now, if you wanted to know, because I wrote the original code, the only thing that we really got off were the distances and lengths we had to estimate. So the original distance was 8 feet, which is 96 inches. Each side length should have changed by 12, which is 1 foot. And the fly up distance, I believe, was 12 as well. So we weren't far off. We got the main ideas there. I think this was a pretty good try at replicating our original design.